Hello there, everyone. TheAndrata here, and welcome back to episode 35 of our All the Mods 9 to the Bedrock Sky Let's Play series. Where today we are working on getting our automation set up for the pulsating black hole for the All the Mods Star, and it goes. Okay, I'm gonna be honest with you, it goes. You'll see what happens if you continue watching. Let's get started. Welcome back, my friends, to another wonderful day here in the world of TheAndrata, where today, well, we are picking up where we left off last episode with exploring into that hyperbox back there and getting ourselves some automation set up to get some buku amounts of blocks getting produced for us. And yeah, time to get started with that. So we left off last episode getting ourselves our hyperbox going with our quantum rings and everything like that, as well as wireless access for everything wherever we want. I went ahead and added some mineral slabs into our hyperbox. I like the way that the mineral slabs look. Generally inside of a compact machine. I don't know if I necessarily care for it with this bedrock, especially since this bedrock has a texture on it that makes it like green and bluish, like it's kind of weird, but it works, it's fine. But I added that there so that way we can, build on top of it and we can run cables and stuff underneath. However, in order to do so, we are going to have to take a quick slight detour into another mod called Shrink really quick, really not terribly too difficult to do. But the personal shrinking device allows you to shrink yourself. So you can change your height to be smaller. I think 0.2 is the smallest that you can go without messing things up. Your shadow doesn't change apparently, but you do. So I'm shrunk down, and then I can bigify myself. Then I can shrinkify myself and bigify and shrinkify and bigify and shrinkify and bigify. Cool. So now we can go ahead and actually go when we go into here. If I wanted to get myself down here, like right now, I mean, I can crouch and everything. No fun, right? Now I can go ahead and shrink. I can access all of this stuff. I can run cables super easily, and I can get myself out. And yeah, personal shrinking device, very handy to have. So we're going to keep that on us. With that said, though, I went ahead in between episodes and I crafted up all of the things that I think that we are going to need to get this process done. Okay. And there's a lot. It's not like anything super duper easy and everything. The setup should be fairly simple, but it's just a lot of stuff that we need. So ultimately what we have is we need 11 phytogenic insulators. Okay, I made 12 just in case my numbers are off and I can't count for some reason, but we should only need 11 phytogenic insulators to get this setup done. So let's go ahead and lay those out first. I think that's going to be our start pathway here, because it kind of gives us an idea of how everything else is going to be done. So I think what I'll do is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I can fit all 11 here. That's actually fantastic. I don't have to worry about anything going anywhere else. Okay, so we have all 11 of these, and our first step with these is going to be, they need power, right? Everything, and pretty much everything that we have going on today is going to require power. So we're going to go ahead and clear this out and get power going to the bottom of these. Now we are going to have to route power up to the next machine, our crafters, but don't forget the phytogenic insulators require water. So we got to get water into the back and we got to get power. Now we could use XNet for this if we really wanted to, but I don't know if it's 100% necessary other than for routing the power easily. And the water, I could do it all from the back, and then I wouldn't. Nah. Do I want to use XNet? I don't think I'm going to need to use XNet for any of this. I think we'll be okay. If we end up needing it, we will. Okay, so we can go ahead and place our sink there, and it turns out I don't need 2 of these because I was planning on having 2 rows of these, but I don't need to. In the future, I guess I could expand to the other side for other things, but yeah. Power is going to come into the bottom of each of these as we have in the past. So we can go ahead and power all of these up. And like I said, we are going to have another set of machines. So I'll go ahead and do that. And then, sure, why not? At the bottom of this guy, I made a whole bunch of ender gates, but it turns out we don't need those either. We can go ahead and, don't cycle, please. Place the power there. So now all of these machines should be getting their power. 1 million RF gets transferred out of that, so that's pretty good. Don't need to have this anymore, so we can go ahead and building gadgets and clear our way up. Boop. Thank you. And we're good. Okay, cool. And I think I want to route this cable back here. Like so. There we go. It doesn't look the greatest in the world, but it serves its purpose, right? And that's all that really matters. The rest of you Ender gates can go away. We have you for future usage if needed. I'm surprised I haven't gotten into Flux networks yet. I mean, we got the Flux dust, but I haven't switched over to using Flux networks for all our power management, which is surprising to me because I usually switch over to that quick. I have a mod spotlight for Flux networks. I love it. It's a great mod. Anyway, next is going to be to get ourselves our power, and this is our water. This is our normal setup for our phytogenic insulators, like nothing super duper special or crazy going on here. Fluid pipes. I guess I don't have that taught to the system, but that's okay because I'll just make, 64 of them, and we're good to go. Okay, so that's fluid pipes. We're going to go ahead and extract from here. Now, the one thing I did not plan for with this would be to get PhytoGrow in there. Probably going to be a good idea to get that going. So let's get ourselves a modular router. Now, we are going to need 2 distributor modules because each one can only handle 8, and we have 11 machines, but that's okay. We're going to want to get ourselves a polar module and an ender chest. I don't remember what color this ender chest is, though. I think it's 1 cyan. I don't have room. Let's do one thing at a time. Okay, let's do this. Let's do this. That'll extract at full speed, which means that this can go away. We can get that cyan dye, and I can see if that is the color that we're using for PhytoGrow. Or did I do full cyan? Let's go find out. Okay, because we're going to need PhytoGrow for sure. Am I going to be able to see it from any of these guys? I know it's code 800, but I don't know what color that corresponds to. Oh, you know what? It's gray because remember, it was bone meal before. That's what it is. So I need a light gray dye, not cyan. That would make sense. Gray. And I think it's light gray because I tried to get it like white, but without being white. That should be full of PhytoGrow? No. Houston, do we have a problem? Do we not have PhytoGrow being made? Are we out of stuff needed for PhytoGrow? That is you. And you are supposed to be exporting PhytoGrow. Why do we not have PhytoGrow being crafted? PhytoGrow. 128. Missing appetite essence. Do I not have appetite seeds? I thought I had appetite seeds. I have appetite seeds in the system. I don't have any appetite essence. What's happening? Well, we're discovering a problem, apparently. Did I take appetite out from somewhere and then never put it back? It kind of seems to be like appetite may have gone there in the past. So we'll just go ahead and pop it over here. It's fine. It's not that big of a deal. I think I have this side of the system all set up and ready to go. So if I do this, that should get seeds and essence going. So if I put the seeds here, it should push it down, essence, and that should get appetite essence coming into the system. Okay, cool. You are working. PhytoGrow was able to be made. Apparently, you're running on a resonant. So let's get a stellar integral component. Missing appetite. Okay, so I can't do that. Though I only need 11 for this setup. So go ahead and make yourself even faster, please. And then now we'll get PhytoGrow. Okay, cool. We had the right ender chest, just not the right, or we didn't have any PhytoGrow going. No appetite. Okay. But now we should be good. So we can get this, which will eventually get PhytoGrow and a modular router, and we can set that up to do the thing. Before we do all that, though, let's get our machines configured. So we know for sure we are going to have augments put into each of these. Not you, really? Nope. Okay. Are you kidding me, buddy? Why you got to be complicated like that? Okay. So we're going to get our augments set up inside of here. We are also going to configure these. So the back is going to be an input for water. And the top is going to be an auto input output, right? Because the drawer is going to push the seed back into it. And then everything else, the essence is going to go up into the crafter. Now that's actually a good point. Now I'm thinking about this. If I have everything export to the crafter, the seed can't, I'm going to have to set this up into an interim drawer so that the seed can be pushed back into this, and then the essence gets pulled into the crafter. So we need another set of drawers. And I'm going to want a 2x2 non-compacting, it's literally just to be an interim storage. But it'll handle the seed push back and forth, right? So let's go ahead and do this. And we're going to need 11 of those guys. Okay. But anyway, so the seeds are going to get pushed back and forth, just like we have outside. So nothing super fancy there. So we can go ahead and get these all set up. And what I'm going to try, I've never utilized this before, but Thermal has what's called the red copy paper or red print. And you should be able to copy settings between blocks. So we have output here. We're going to auto output and we're going to auto input and allow it to seeds to come in from the top and then do the thing. And then the essence will pump up into here. Sound like a plan? So if we do this, did that copy this now? Side configuration, use on a block to apply settings. That did it. Okay. It doesn't copy augments, which would be great, but that's okay. But we can go ahead and at least copy the input-output settings for each of these, and we don't have to worry about setting those up anymore. Now all we have to do is put all of the augments in, which again is kind of a pain because I can only do it like that. You know what I can do, though, is this. Right-click them in there. We just got to move with it, but that should... I missed one. Great. Oh, no. Wait, I have 12 of each of these, don't I? No, I have the right amount now. Maybe I do have 12. Okay. Still confused because I only have 20 of those and you'd think I'd have 24, but... Oh, because I put one in there? Yeah, 2 in there. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and 1, 2. 1, 2. Making sure because I have extras. Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, 11 times 2 is 22, the Andrata. Duh. Okay, so that's that part good. Now we can go ahead and get our seeds. We can just go ahead and throw one set of seeds. It's going to push stuff up into the top, which is perfectly fine. That's what I would want to happen at the moment. So we can just go ahead and get the seeds pushed in. Now, remember the last 2 items, the gravel and the sand are going to each require their own set of seeds. So this is fire and dirt and then stone and dirt. So we have those 2 kind of sort of, they're going to be their own little system. But we're going to go ahead and stone and dirt. So we have extras, but those 2 are, those ones are going to be special because we're going to have a pipe route from one into the other crafter. Okay. So we have this going on and the seeds apparently are not exporting out of the top. The seeds are not getting used. Why is that? Or is it because it doesn't recognize that the drawer has the ability to have a seed in it? I think that's what it is. Okay, let's go ahead and lock all of these drawers now. And yep, these are not getting hooked up to the storage controller because remember, these were interim. I didn't even have a plan for these to be in here at all. Okay, so now the seeds have gone over here and they have nowhere to go. So we can go ahead and do this and then it will pull the seeds automatically. We don't even need pusher upgrades. That's kind of convenient. These will pull the seeds for us. I didn't even realize that because of the auto input. Good. Okay. Getting all these going. I'll handle the phyto grow portion of things later. I'm not too concerned about getting that configured at the moment. And eventually we will need a void upgrade in this, but we should be good. Okay, so the seeds are in there. We are producing. It's going to end up with a stack of seeds, and then everything else will get pushed up to the top. I hope that's the case. I hope everything pops over there. We'll see what ends up happening. But we have the essence being created for all of the different blocks. Now what we need to do is get them set up so that they can start getting crafted. And we're going to utilize crafters from RF tools to do so. I could use just one crafter for each of these instead of having to have a separate one, because the tier 3 can handle 9 recipes, as we know. But I want to separate them out so that it's just a little bit easier to control their input and outputs, right? And actually for those last 2, I don't need this many. I need, we'll do 1 there and 1 there, because we're going to have this essence get pulled into these crafters utilizing a pipe. Okay. So let's go ahead and get an item pipe set up. That way I can disconnect it before I do anything else. We'll go ahead and say, hey, I don't want you to connect there, and I don't want you to connect there. Okay, so fire essence will get pulled from here. We'll netherite upgrade that. That's perfectly fine. Gets pulled into here, and then this is going to get pulled up into that one, and then the dirt can get sent. I did get pusher upgrades, so I don't think I crafted enough of them, but we can go ahead and grab, let's see, it's 11, so we need 9 of these then. So the pusher upgrades will go ahead and push the essence from here up into each of these. But we don't want to do that just yet, right? We want to configure this beforehand so that way it can do all of its stuff. So let's go ahead and grab an essence. We're going to go ahead into our crafter. We're going to put 1 essence there, and then we can just go ahead and grab some cobblestone or cobbled deep slate, sure, and filter this out just like we did when we were setting up our mystical agriculture. So we can go ahead and say, remember these items. So now essence is the only thing that is able to come into this crafter. We come up here and we say, hey, I want to use this essence to make oak logs, right? I want oak logs specifically because it's compressed oak logs. So oak logs, we come in here and we say, hey, craft those. Everything's going to come into the external buffer. We apply it. Now, if we go ahead and put a pusher upgrade in here and we say, hey, push to the up, it should push essence up into here. Is it because this is in the bottom slot that it doesn't work? I think that might be the case. Let's experiment with the wood here. Let's go ahead and just turn you off for a moment. We are going to unlock you, clear you. We're going to take all of this essence out, and then we're going to put it back into the top slot. We are then going to lock it again. Yeah, but it's still not pushing. I was hoping that the pusher upgrade would just be able to push from the drawer straight into the crafter. So now that kind of makes me want to now pivot into XNet and let XNet handle this. So give me a moment. Let me switch everything over to XNet to power this, because we're going to have XNet control the essence movement into the crafter. So it's going to be a pain because I'm going to have to filter each crafter. You know what? Because I do the filtering on the crafter anyway like this, I shouldn't have to worry about it. Yeah, okay. Give me a minute. Let me switch this. Okay, switched over to XNet with everything. Everything has a connector hooked up to it. I also went ahead and did the filtering for all of these and taught them all the different recipes. So now we should be good to go. And really, it should be just as simple as me extracting from all of these photogenic insulators and then extracting from a drawer and then inserting into a crafter. Because they're filtered, I shouldn't have to do much on XNet. I do want to set up the water channel because I forgot about that. So you're going to extract as fast as you can, and then you'll insert into each of these photogenic insulators. So then that'll kick these guys back on because they shut off because I didn't remember to put the water back on for them. We should see once this one right here lights up, we know that we set this up correctly. So hopefully that's this one and it lights up. Yes, water coming in. Why is water not going in fast enough? You're all set to go from the back. Excuse me? You should be extracting water, and there should be no reason that you don't extract a bunch of water. It's round robining the water. Priority mode the water? There should be no reason XNet is struggling to keep this water up. You're only pulling a bucket at a time? Are you kidding me here, buddy? Max is 5 buckets at a time. Like, go fast. Pull out 5 buckets at a time. Why is it not doing it? There should be no reason for that. 5 buckets. Which one are you? You're the last one, which is the only one it's not even on. Okay. I don't know why that's not working. I've never had XNet have issues with extracting fluids. I should not have to go switch back over to pipes for this, but apparently I might have to because this is not doing it as it should. Round robin that. Get them all online. Once they're full, they should be good. They just need to get... All right, give me a second. I'm switching this back. This is driving me crazy. Okay, there's no reason for it, but we're good to go now, except for apparently I didn't hook up. I left that one connected. Okay, I need to hook up a pipe here, and then we can disconnect that, and then we can bypass this. I did have to move the water, the sink up top, so that way it can actually do all this stuff, or I had to move it to the other side. But now we should be okay. Goodness gracious, this should not be this complicated. Okay, we're extracting, we're inserting, and I have something set up extra that doesn't need to be linked to anywhere. I think it's this controller, right? Yeah. So don't link to the controller. There we go. All right. So that being said, like I said, this simple setup has become more complicated than I expected, but can you not do that? There we go. Okay. But we should be okay now. I just don't know why the water wasn't working. What is now happening? Why is power becoming a bottleneck? XNet, what are you doing to me here, buddy? I have never had an issue that I extract from there, insert into here. It has power. What is going on? Did we run out of power at home? Like, no, everything is fine. It works cross-dimensionally, so there should be no issues. We're chunk loaded. We have access to everything. I don't understand where the malfunction is happening. Let's go check on the wither here in this guy. Make sure he didn't escape. Nope, which means we didn't lose power because he's still trapped and everything. What is happening, my friends? I don't understand where this disconnect is coming from. Why are you not doing what you're supposed to be doing? Extract. I have never had these issues before. I promise, I've never had these kind of performance issues. Personal shrinking device. Try this again. Let's break this ender gate. Let's go ahead. Maybe if we move the ender gate, maybe the ender gate, just because I had it there and it was funky. I don't know. I honestly don't know. Power channel. Energy. Yes, we call it power. We extract from here. We insert into the controller first. It gets priority. We click the button a million times to get the crafters powered up. And because the water, I had to disconnect the connectors from the phytogenic insulators. So now they're not getting power. Goodness gracious me. Okay, my simple setup has started to get me a little frustrated now, to be honest with you. And I can't put this there because I have to get a connector there. So this has to go back here, which means I need to come in here and make sure it's set to extract from here. And then here, once we get past this little bottleneck here, this hurdle, we should be fine. Okay. Insert into all of these. Give them power. That's why we were struggling. I wasn't even struggling with power. I didn't even need to go to my base. It was because that was a TheAndrata derp. That was my fault. I forgot that I needed power. Okay. Can we finally get things back to where we were 10 minutes ago in this episode? Okay. Now what we need to do is get the essences out of the drawers and put them into a crafter. So it should be as simple as coming here, going to a item channel, create. This is essence, move. Sure. We're going to extract a whole stack as fast as you can. Doesn't matter where you insert it because you're only going to be able to insert it into one machine because those are filtered on the machine's end now. So we're going to extract as fast as we can on each of these. Extract as fast as you can on each one. Extract fast. Goodness gracious. You know what? And it would be wise of me to just do this, and then I can go ahead and paste the connector. Duh, TheAndrata. Forgot that I had that ability. And then we're going to insert into crafters. So we can just click on this and now paste. I don't have to do all the work. Now it should be inserting into the crafters, and I should not have problems with this, right? Okay, cool. We have 64 oak. We've got the iron. We've got dirt. We've got gold. We've got obsidian. We've got cobblestone. We have redstone. We have sand, and we have deep slate. Good. And you know what? The dirt actually went into these. I kind of want to not do that, and I'll let the pipe handle this because I don't want those to go into the wrong drawers. So it worked very well. Better than I wanted it to, actually. So we'll go ahead and do this, bypass those, and then we will get pipes upgrade. One, and we'll grab another ultimate. That way it can just go as fast as it possibly can, and we will extract from these drawers. And again, it shouldn't be able to do anything else because those are the only extracts allowed to happen. So if I put this in there, that'll go fast, and I put this in there, that'll go fast. Now we have stuff in here. Now my worry is that my drawers that I have, my goal was to get polar upgrades to pull from these with the compactors, and then that would get us just everything going. We're going to have to see if that's going to be the case. So if I come in here and I get a polar upgrade, I might as well just only do one this time because who knows what's going to happen with this. And I grab a compacting drawer. I put this here. I grab a log. And it goes fast, so that's good. We can get a log put into the first slot. That should compact it to a 1x, and then that's going to be 2x's that are going to come into the top. But what I want to do is I want it to pull from the down. Good. It does it. It's running. It's not super fast. Would it be prudent for me to... I think this will be okay. Okay, I think it'll be fine because we're just going to let it run for a while. So let's just grab a stack of these. So what we're going to do with these now is stack drawers on top of each other until we get to the end, right? So we have 9 of these, and we can go ahead and pull. We can grab our lock first. Let's go ahead and lock this so that it doesn't forget those. But we can grab those, which is going to be the tier 2s. Then we get a compacting drawer, place it on top. We put the tier 2 into the bottom right slot, and that should get us a tier 3 and then tier 4 ultimately. Then once the tier 4 is done, I can go ahead and set one more final compacting drawer on top of this, and that'll get us the tier 5s. So that's what we're going to have to do for this because this is 4, this will be 5, 6, and this will ultimately get us up to tier 7 with all of these. And it'll just continuously operate and continuously run nonstop and be pretty overall, like it's automated and simple and nothing too crazy about it. Then we're going to go ahead and get all of these going. Let's get our storage controller. Now we're going to need to get AE over here somewhere. I think that my best option, I'm just going to put my storage controller over here. The storage controller does not need to be linked to all of the drawers. It just needs to be linked to a couple. Now we are going to have to get a range upgrade on this. So this is functional range, or is there a distance upgrade? I thought there was a range upgrade that we could put into this, but I guess not. Okay. It's frame drawers, fluid drawers, compacting drawers, polar, collector, void, armory. Okay. So I guess let's try and centralize this a little better then. if I were to put this, say, here, are you all within range now? You want to swap to add, and we're going to link to here. Yeah, okay, good. So if we add these guys to this, they'll be linked to the storage controller, which means now I can go ahead and set a storage bus up to this, and it's just going to literally run up and over at this point. I'm not too concerned about how it's going to look. It's just going to come up and then right on into it. But we can get the storage bus set up, and we'll have access to those blocks, right? So if we do this and then smart cable, we literally just run it. We'll go here. That way I still have access to the front of those machines. This is ugly and terrible. I could even make it wireless if I really wanted to, but I don't care at the moment. This project has been more than I wanted it to in the first place, so why am I offline? You're working. You're working. Can I not connect to the corners, right? I have to connect here, don't I? Yeah. There we go. Excuse me. There we go. There we go. Get out of my way. Okay, so the storage bus is set to, and it'll be set to extract only. I don't want to insert anything into these drawers. But if we look inside of here, if we look at oak logs, we should see... Oh, no, we're not going to see anything until it gets pushed up into there. Okay. Anyway, conceptually, it works, right? I need to get to 9 of the, or actually I need to get to 9 of these before I can do anything. I think maybe I'll go ahead and instead of having this push into this, I'll go ahead and set controller or XNet into this and have XNet handle the item movement because it's kind of slow coming out of here to go into here. Outside of that, though, like, yeah, the drawer is almost, well, no, it's not really capped, but it's getting there. So, yeah. Once we get to these tiers, though, we shouldn't get that many that we need to really sort of worry about it. But I want it to go faster. So, cool. Okay. So what I'm going to do in between episodes, I've said so like 35,000 times in the past minute. I'm going to go ahead. I might clean this up and maybe somehow figure out how to route this behind there or something like that, or at least along the side and up. Yeah, I like that idea. But I'll get the rest of these configured, and then that'll start working on getting us our black hole and towards all the mod stars. So if you enjoyed today's episode, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe. I do appreciate it. It really does help out the channel. Sorry, my brain is just fried from this not wanting to work as how I wanted it to. It is, but it's just, it was giving me so much trouble. So anyway, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Have a good one.